All right. What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Sunday morning. Definitely sucks, but we have to start today in order to leave on time for our camping trip. Real quick, patio garden update. Everything's growing pretty good. Got some peppers. Peppers are growing good. Strawberries. We're starting to get a couple flowers there. The watermelon is starting to spread. Nice size pepper there. Anyway, gotta tell you, we have two customers that are really pissing me off right now. And here's what happened. So about 3 weeks ago, we had a customer who every single week we were mowing it on C, which is 3 1/4. Every week. When are you going to lower the lawn? When are you going to lower the lawn? It's growing too much. You know, because you're not lowering it, it's growing so much in 1 week. Tried explaining to her, look, it's going to dry up, it's going to heat up, and it's not going to be growing. Enjoy the fact that it's growing right now, okay? Well, no, I want it lowered, just lower it. Okay. So we lower it from C to D. That was it. No huge, it's from 3 1/4 to 2 3/4. I didn't know, but by the time Robbie was done mowing the front, I didn't know until we were leaving. She came out and said, "Oh my God, why'd you lower it that much?" Literally had texted me on the way there to remind me, "You said you were going to lower my lawn this week." Okay. So we lower it from C to D, straight complaining. Now her lawn is garbage. It's hard to describe it. It's like AstroTurf, but thick. I don't know. So I said, look, you wanted it lowered. I tried explaining it to you. We lowered it, but only to, you know, what we mowed it at all last year. So we raised it back up to C this last week, where it was already being mowed at. And she goes, yeah, that's the height that I wanted at. Whatever. So, it was the lawn, and then the lawn we were mowing when the transmission cable broke. It's the first lawn of this route. We texted her yesterday, let her know we're going to be there today to mow. Great, thank you. 3 hours later, my lawn is dead, by the way. My lawn is dead, by the way. I said, what do you mean? I said, well, today is 22 days of no rain. Today. She does not water her lawn. Neither does that other one that I was just talking about. Nothing to keep up on the lawn while we're in a drought. Well, you mowed it too short. My neighbors made comments. So, let's go to this. This was her lawn when we mowed it last. That is it. Normal mowing height. 22-day drought. Does not water the lawn. Doesn't do anything to keep up with the lawn. But we mowed it too short and killed it.
What are you doing?
Alright, this is how I do our trimmer string. I keep one in my back pocket at all times, and then I fill up the side of my door with them. Maybe 6 or 7 of them, enough probably for a few weeks. I just ran out the other day, so I make rolls of them. I take electrical tape, I tape around them. Let's see, that one's too long. Oh well. I tape around them nice and tight to keep them tight, and at the very end of the electrical tape, as I take it off the roll, I have a tab there. So that way, once it's taped, I have that tab to open them up, and that's how I've always done our trimmer string.
That saves you time.
Well, yeah, I don't want to have to come here during the day. Every time I run out, even if I keep a piece in my back pocket, then once I put that in, I gotta come replace it. So I gotta bring this out, get string out, put it in my pocket. Instead, as soon as I run out of the house, I refill from my back pocket. When we get in the truck after that house, I immediately open the door, grab one, put it in my back pocket. So, I mean, I always have a roll in my back pocket at all times.
And yeah, you do, because I've washed a couple of them.
Yep. I forget to take them out, but I bring them back to work, so.
I always check now, so
Yep.
we're good.
All right, this is the lawn that we supposedly murdered. What's funny is that the only spot that's really bad is right over there where the neighbor got an easement for his driveway, tore all that up and was replanted with grass seed, which it did come in good, and then now it looks like that.
Papers are nothing favorite.
No, she owes today. I think what's incredible is that 2 weeks ago, her dad accuses us of charging him for 2 extra mows, which we didn't. Accused us of keeping track of his billing in our head, which we don't. Never had a complaint from that customer in 2 years. Not one complaint. And all of a sudden, 2 weeks after, I think it was 2 weeks after that, her dad accused us of that, which if you guys recall, originally I was willing to squash the 50 bucks. I said it's not even worth it. And then I find out that he was saying, oh, they're keeping track in their head, they know they're wrong, and, still taking the money. No, we never do anything like that, ever. And he's not even at our minimum pricing, because we like the guy. Those are 2 customers I'm quite sure I'm going to put them on the chopping block. I'm not going to have accusations. We just mow the lawn, okay? I'm not responsible for the health of your lawn as far as, that goes, okay? We mow it at a safe height. Obviously, we are in this dry spell. We skipped a whole week, okay? We chose to lose money rather than put your lawn in jeopardy. We had customers that are new to us this year reach out to us once we left them voicemails or whatever that we were skipping the lawn. They reached back out to us amazed that we were concerned about the health of their lawn, and told us that they've had lawn care companies in the past. No matter what, it was being mowed. It doesn't matter if it's pouring rain, doesn't matter if we're in a month-long dry spell, it's being mowed every single week. We don't do that to people, right? We don't want it done to us, so we don't do it. So, yeah, I'm pretty pissed off about it, to be honest with you. I was trying to let it go. It had me in a bad mood last night. I was trying to let it go this morning. But no, I'm pretty pissed off. I mean, see how tall the back was? We could have came last week. Oh, no, I didn't show you guys. The back was tall. Nice plush green. Because no sun goes back there. So it's like, it'll stay growing, right? It's not getting burned out like the front that's exposed. I could have came last week, mowed the backyard, and charged her full price. Didn't do it. So, forget that. Believe it or not, this used to be a halfway decent yard before they tore it up with a truck this past winter. So I don't know, someone moving in or out. I have no idea. Tore it up. It's hard to mow it now. this front yard's not really worth using a big mower, but Vicky's using the 30. And I'm ready to get this over with. See the neighbor come out. He gave me the head nod like, hey, what's up? I gave it back to be cordial. Then he went over to the property line, you see him, and he was standing there staring up the property line to make sure I didn't go onto his property. Like, dude, calm down. I'm not gonna cut any more than I necessarily absolutely 100% have to. It might not look like it, but I'm lazy. I don't want to do more work than I have to. So don't worry about your property line, bro. I'm right up against it. Right?
Yeah.
Her too.
Oh, then he was standing over here just watching.
I know, then yeah, he was standing in front of our customer's house staring at us while we're mowing. Like, what are you doing?
Didn't say hello, nothing, just stood
all
there.
Because he was mad. When we did his job, I left him the bill. He was supposed to come back and pay it. I seen him come back and then he took off again. So I said, no big deal, I'll see him next week. I went over to his house, he wasn't there. I left him a bill, another bill, and a card. No, I'm sorry, I left him a card the second time. I come back later that night, my card and my invoice is balled up on top of like a trash can. And that's when he called me a hound dog and said I was hounding him. You're really gonna hound me over this money? I'll do way worse than hound you if you owe me money, dude. Like, what are you talking about? And we didn't see him again, but yeah, he was like just standing here staring at us the whole time.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Weird.
I'm going to church. I can't sing. Sorry. If I gotta bear with my voice, you gotta bear with it. The guy planted seed in here in spring. We did a fall cleanup. There was no grass whatsoever. This was all dirt. Every single bit of this was dirt. So, not too bad really. You know, a lot of grass has popped up, it's grown, it's growing. We didn't cut it for the first 3 weeks of mowing. And he wants to cut now, so we're cutting it. Dusty, baby, dusty. time to drop Vicky off. She's gonna get ready. She has to go pick up our trolling motor for the boat. We just bought a new one yesterday.
He doesn't know that I'm trying to see what the heck he's doing. Baby, what are you doing?
Nothing. I was just checking it out.
Yeah.
Just checking it out.
Okie dokie.
But we couldn't go pick it up yesterday. She has to grab us a couple new life jackets and an anchor. Oh, she's gonna look for an anchor. So,
Forgot about that.
you ready to go out on our boat?
Oh yeah, I'm ready like yesterday.
Yeah,
Ready.
I was ready yesterday too.
Yeah.
Are you gonna pick up an anchor?
I'm gonna look for that and life jackets and an air horn. It said we had to have.
Yeah, make sure you get the air horn.
Yep.
If the anchor don't have a rope on it, it's fine. I'll get the rope.
I'm putting that in the list.
All right. So I still have 3 to do. Got those 2 big ones and 1 small one to do. I wish I would have thought about bringing some chains to lock up the mower tonight, because I would have came right back home after finishing, but I didn't think about it. It didn't cross my mind. So I'll have to take everything back to the shop when we get done. Oh well, it is what it is.
I gotta go.
Is that the Gray Elephant Club?
You're gonna take a picture of me taking a picture of you.
What are you doing?
Am I in the, is that for the grass?
Yeah.
Alright, you better watch when you park that truck, mister.
Oh shit.
Do the edges. Too.
Oh shit. Do the edges too. See you later, buddy.
Alright.
All right. After all that trimming and edging on these 2 properties, it's time to mow. Now going down the street, right where all the tree lawns would be, man, they are brown. Look over there. Look over there. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I mean, it's every one of them that don't have a tree directly next to it. That one there, next to it there. I mean, just straight brown, right where basically the tree lawn, you know, would be. All the way down that ditch side on the other side. That one. Man, the sun is hitting them hard. Thank you. Okay. Appreciate it. I didn't release the video yet, but me and Vicky bought a John boat yesterday. We were looking at bigger boats, and we actually had found one that we wanted to buy. The guy was asking $8,000 for it. I offered him $6,000, and we were hoping to meet at $7,000. He wouldn't budge off the $8,000. In fact, during the conversation, even though he had it posted for $8,000, he said, I know I can get $8,200, and I think that's what I want for it. It's like kind of too late to raise the price, you know? But anyway, so we didn't buy it. We did buy a John boat. We didn't know if we were supposed to name the boat or not, but we decided to name it anyway, and we're gonna name it the Ruby. Quick story, my great-grandmother and my great-grandfather raised me. Her name was Ruby, and she loved cardinals. We called them redbirds, so did she. And look, I know it's hard to believe, but at the worst times of our lives, me and Vicky, redbirds, cardinals, have came to us. We didn't see them flying in the sky. No, like they came to us. Vicky would have to tell you one of the craziest stories. It's a little bit personal. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, yeah, we're gonna name it the Ruby. We're gonna get it painted on the side, and we're gonna put a cardinal on the boat. And you know, they raised me back in a time where maybe you were seeing mixed couples more, but it still really wasn't like a prevalent thing. And my great-grandmother Ruby was white, and my great-grandfather was black. So, bet a lot of you guys didn't know that. You probably were like, man, this is like a cool white dude. Well, now you know. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, so, you know, I kind of felt bad later in life. Kind of felt bad for my grandfather. We would go, he stopped driving because he went blind to one eye. So he would take like the bus and the rapid, and I loved riding the bus and the rapid. So every week he would take me downtown. I liked the buildings and stuff. And yeah, he would take me downtown and teach me how to ride like the bus and the rapids and how to get places, and you know, in case I would need to. And it was weird, like we would get on the bus. I mean, it didn't happen all the time, but it happened quite a bit. We'd get on the bus and we would make it like 5 or 6 or 7 stops, and we'd pull up to another stop, and there would be police officers at the stop. They would get on the bus and they would come right up to us, and they would try to separate us, and they would say, hey son, who is this guy? And it happened a number of times, to be honest. And one time we were leaving downtown, and we went to a Wendy's on 117th in between Madison and Lorraine, if you're familiar with Cleveland. And we went in, we waited in line, ordered our food, we sat down, we prayed. You had to pray before you ate anything in that house. My grandfather would bless a Snickers bar. So we're eating, and cops came in, separated us, and they started asking me, you know, who is that guy? Well, he had already told them his name. They asked me who he is, and I said, Papa Pete. Well, his name wasn't Pete. His name was Marshall Jones, but his middle name was Peter, so we called him Papa Pete. As soon as I said Pete, but he had already said Marshall, they started putting him in handcuffs, and I went crazy. I was like 5 years old, 6 years old. My grandpa, my hero, 6'3", 250 pounds. The guy used to be solid muscle. I mean, he was my hero. He was Superman. And they're putting him in handcuffs. I flipped out. My great-grandmother had to come down there. My mom had to come down there, prove who I was. So, yeah, we wanted to name the boat the Ruby and put a cardinal on there, and kind of like honoring both of them, right? Because that's who raised me and took care of me. They knew what was going on inside of my mother's home, and they pretty much told her they weren't going to have it, and that's why they took me out of it, you know, until she passed away and he couldn't take care of me. So, yep, just wanted to throw that in there. Rocks everywhere. See what I see? Storm clouds Raindrops on the window. Got a quick shower when we were there. Nothing much, but there's more on the way. Oh yeah, bring it on, baby. All right, guys, done for the day. I was actually already done and leaving. I had to stop at the office, and the manager told me that someone was at their other unit a couple miles away from here, got kicked out for being suspected of robbing units. They went online, changed their name, got a unit here, and robbed 5 units in the last 2 days. Their effing cameras are down, being upgraded. They can't prove it. They know 100,000,000% who it was, and here's the kicker. When we left this morning, there was a vehicle off to the side. As we pull out, they snuck in under our code and robbed 2 more units. So I just came back, took my chains, all of our locks, everything, chained up everything that I can. You know, both locks are on the units. Man, there is nothing worse than a low down, no good piece of shit thief. And if I was to roll in here and catch someone attempting to or in my unit, I'm not going to lose any sleep. I'll tell you that much, because I can't stand a thief. No sweat off my back for what happens next. Man, this shit pisses me off. You can't have anything because of a thief. And I know, because I used to be a thief. Motherfucking, Look at this, they have these people trim all this stuff. Shit's been sitting here for days. I don't know what's going on. This is the one they broke into last night, right here. When we were leaving this morning, the door was open, but nobody was in the office, because I was going to tell them, hey, there's a door open. That's the one they broke into, this morning, or no, last night, because they hit one last night, one this morning. So yeah, okay, they got in through our code, but they robbed 1 unit, and they had already hit one last night when they snuck in under someone else's code, because they deactivated their code because they know who they are. Look, if you like the video, you know the whole thing.